too. I mean,
Four?
All right, so this is technically episode 4, or actually episode 3 because the other 3 was deleted.
So we have like 1.5 episodes, so this is like 2.5.
So this is like a tribute.
2.5.
This is the real episode 1.
This is a tribute to episode 3.
Wait, I thought you guys wanted to... Did you guys come up with a topic or anything?
Not that I'm aware of, but we should do introductions again?
Well, let's just do a check-in.
Yeah.
How was your week, Chris?
Well, that's not really how you start an episode.
Take it away, sir.
Okay, let's see. We'll start all over and just be like, hello, everybody. Welcome to podcast number 3 or 2.5 because we're
I think we should stop numbering them.
Okay.
Just say podcast. I mean, at the end of the day, just give the date.
To today's.
Yeah.
What's today?
November
2nd. Fucking November.
November 2nd already. Wow.
Dia de los Muertos.
Dia de los Muertos.
Do we have an idea for a name? Or should we throw it to comments and just get a bunch of shit coming at us?
That would be cool, though. It would be cool to actually have people that listen be like, you guys should call it this. I would be very open to
Just
that.
ask the internet. Fuck. we just did Bill Cosby,
and at the same time as that came out of my mouth, I was like, ask the internet is never a good idea.
Yeah, we're gonna get some fucked up names.
Yeah.
Letting y'all know right now. It's gonna be fucked up.
Just back
It
up
might-
with your cheeks open. And
It
be
might
like,
damn near
internet.
be,
Let me talk to you. For
Yeah,
a
it might
sec.
damn near be hurtful. All right?
Yeah.
But it's all right. It's all right. We're here to hurt feelings.
We stopped doing this shit.
Hey, we're here to hurt feelings and our feelings to get
Next
hurt.
episode.
Okay.
Hey y'all,
You guys are
that
fucked up.
shit wasn't cool.
Here goes.
Cool at all.
Original recipe.
Original recipe.
Next topic,
That shit was
suicide.
not-
So, mental health.
Mental health bullying.
Bullying. Hashtag me too.
Where was Melania to help us?
Damn. So, anyways, go ahead, Juan. Bring us in.
Just
Open us up, or should I? Or any? You guys could give it. You haven't done it. Give it a shot.
A fucking intro?
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus.
It's not hard, dude.
Alright, so what's up, everyone? We're coming to you live. That sounds fucking terrible. Don't make me do this. This is out of the man cave.
Wow.
We
Really,
have
dude?
That was the intro right there.
That's
that's
why he
the
gets
intro.
drop kicked, dude.
have-
Oh my goodness.
Mr. Salo to my left.
I fucking
Say
hate
what's
Juan.
up.
Well,
Mr. Salo.
Juan, I hate you.
Directly across from me, we have Lalo.
Yeah, what's up, people?
And to my right, we have the devil himself, Mr. Juan.
hello.
And we have a special guest, Chico. Okay, Chico. No, we get it. No,
That's enough.
No, we don't. You don't want to be on the radio.
Yeah,
And,
it is Chico.
I'm Chris, so welcome to, we called it Podcast X, the first episode. We'll figure a name out. You guys shout out, let us know what you want to, inviting Satan into our...
Not only do we welcome names, but I'd be down to like welcome topics.
Yeah.
Like what do you guys want to hear us talk about? You know what I mean? It's
And we also welcome people that may want to participate.
we invite topics, names,
Yes, would be cool.
alcohol.
Just don't expect anything from us because we're all pretty much fairly new at this.
Yeah.
If you come in with a 6-pack, you're on.
Yeah,
on
bear
your
with
own.
us. Bear with
So
us.
whoever's listening, and if you do want to participate, just remember you don't need. There's no qualifications for this. You're in here talking with the rest of us. None of us have experience. None of us are pros, as you can tell.
Unless you're sensitive, we don't want you.
But you know we're open minded. We're open to names. We're open to people wanting to join us. I think as of right now, I think it's pretty clear that we're the main 4 that's going to be doing this.
Yeah.
But I don't think that we're closed-minded to the point where we can't add somebody. Even women, having a woman's voice on here, besides
Let's not
Chris's.
get crazy. Let's not get crazy.
Besides Chris's, you know, we could definitely, you know. I'm just saying, listen. They listen. They got ears, bro.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that at the end of the day, we just want to be welcomed by everybody. Maybe not liked by everybody, but definitely welcomed. And we are going to do our best to just talk about nonsense and topics that people want to hear at the same time. Because That's basically what we do. We talk about nonsense, and there's some informative stuff in there, but not all the time.
Yeah.
I want to bring something up. So, you guys.
As long as it's not another fucking Apu fucking shit, please.
Nah,
God
dude, that
damn.
was.
I think Solo's over the social commentary.
God damn.
However, I don't see us
You-
going any other. Well, you know,
You guys don't
it has to come
understand.
up at some point.
You guys listening to us, the last episode that we recorded, which I think was an epic episode, we got into a really
Which
deep
no
conversation.
one will ever know.
Exactly. It's one of those things like we were recording and I don't know where our device, which by the way, we're learning how to use this device as we're going. The computer just decided to turn off in the middle of the recording.
Yeah, Chris.
And unfortunately didn't record none of it, so this is a
Just
tribute.
because I'm Asian.
That was
I'm
actually
IT.
it was actually my computer.
This is
Blame
a
Chris.
This is a tribute to episode 3, which by far, let's say we funny that was the best episode we ever recorded. And it's like,
We
damn,
figured it out. Meaning of life in that one. Oh.
Yeah.
no one's gonna believe us.
We figured out the secret to life, and it didn't record.
And it
Sorry.
came back on too. It was total Forrest Gump moments.
Yeah.
And that's all I gotta say about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Straight out.
The topic of that one was what? Free speech. It started with Apu, but going back.
Oh, what were
really
you gonna
the
say?
main thing.
I'm sorry, I cut you off, but what were you?
Oh
gonna
yeah,
say?
so I just want to bring out, like, you guys know that I'm a big follower of the former radio show Kevin Klein Live. They recently just came back on the internet, and this happened on Thursday. So as I was listening to them, I did a little sketch because they were talking about guys who are gay in LA, whatever.
Hey, that's sensitive to Chris. Relax.
Hey, hold on. Can you back up? Why were they not on there? I'm
Because
really asking. I don't know.
Because they got fired. Like
For what?
They didn't. They talked about it. They didn't mention it.
Something they did on there.
It sounded like they were trying to say like that's something they did that they didn't like, even though they had the highest ratings in the Bay Area. It was radio, radio. It's
So
Would
again,
you
it's
say
one of
it
these.
was an ad or something that got them.
no. Well, that's when they got fired from San Diego. Like they literally got canceled the morning they were supposed to have their first episode.
Okay.
Anyways, so I ended up doing a little drawing of them, and they gave me a shout out on the radio.
Nice.
And it just motivated me to come here and like dedicate on this show. Like it gave me more of a passion to, like, you know what, we're having our own podcast, and he talks about like the random stuff, right?
Yeah.
They're not your typical radio show hosts. We talk about like PG-13 topics. They're same thing. They don't care if they're offending anybody. If anything, they make fun of themselves, or like, we don't have followers because we plain suck. And there's that kind of attitude, like, wait, it's like our show.
Yeah.
Like this podcast, we don't care if people get offended.
Yeah.
So it just motivated me to, like, can't wait for Friday to go because I'm going to be doing the same thing.
I had totally forgotten that it'd been 2 weeks. That's why I sent that text out. I said, "Are we recording this fucking
Solo
Friday?"
staring
Because-
into the fucking
Straight out.
into the ceiling. I had forgotten. Like, welcome back, sir.
Dude, I was like, "What the fuck, dude? Has it been 2 weeks?" And that's why I sent out that text to you guys and said, "Are we recording this?" Because nobody had really said anything up until I, put that out there. I guess you guys already knew that we were. I was just kind of like, well, nobody said anything. I didn't know. I figured maybe somebody was like, nah, not this week or whatever. I'm glad that we are. I'm glad that we're here. But, yeah, I didn't. The problem with me, I think, is that I don't really think about what I'm going to say next.
I'll be honest. It's like I thought the same thing. It's like, I'm happy to come in and have the spontaneity of just of just whatever you guys come up with, and I'll just start joining in and stuff. You know what I mean? Like I'm good with that and stuff.
I mean, I don't know if that's good or bad.
I just sometimes when I think of things, I'm like, that just seems like so like cliche. Like sometimes when you sit there and plan something, like a topic, it seems so like
It takes the fun out of it.
Yeah, it's so disingenuous. Where like right now we literally have nothing. But obviously, your subject with the Klein thing and the Kevin Klein thing.
Kevin Klein
thing. Congratulations, dude. That's a pretty big deal, dude, to be shot on the radio like that. I mean, that's really a good way to get your name out there.
And even more so, it's somebody that you
that you
I
like,
guess, that you like and look up to, I guess.
Yeah, well, look,
it's great.
I done cartoons for them, animations, and that once in a while.
They know that you have?
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
that's
know.
awesome.
Yeah,
It's
That's
been on
awesome.
like their Facebook, no? Or some
yeah. I mean,
I didn't know that. I
They
didn't know that.
gave
That's
me
great.
the audio like two, not prank calls, but people that call the show and they just basically
Yeah.
go
That's
go with
great.
it.
How
That's
many have you
awesome.
done?
I've done two of them. The last one was my favorite one because I started putting like a Trump supporter.
Uh-huh.
But even though, I mean, in the call there's no
He
evidence.
animated a phone call, which
Yeah.
was pretty cool because
So
you animated to the audio, correct?
Yeah, so
Yeah,
they gave
yeah.
me an audio. This lady that called in, complained that some girl that on the day before called about chili pepper tickets and she didn't win the tickets or something like that. The point is like this lady's complaining that she felt bad because the girl didn't get tickets, right? And they're making fun of her.
They were totally trolling her, like, tell us
Yeah.
tell us all about it, And she's like, well, she like really went on about it.
You
So-
animated the whole
and
thing.
Yeah.
and they're in the background just tell us all about it, like we give a shit, and they're just like, I remember seeing that, right? And they were kind of like in the back just fucking around, like totally going about their business and stuff, and the lady's just yapping in the
And
back.
they do, and I remember that because dude, you definitely drew where the guy's like, yeah, no,
Well, there's one where-
and he's
where-
totally not
where-
giving a flying fuck
There's
about
one where
what this
you could
bitch is
tell-
saying.
You could tell that Kevin Klein was like, he was giggling like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's totally trolling her, dude. Like totally,
That's hilarious.
like she really thought he was paying attention and stuff, which obviously was fucking great animation though. But that's what I'm talking about, dude. Like again, we've mentioned this before, but Lalo's a great artist and an animator, and I'm always trying to think of little ideas that I can throw at his way to get his name out there. You know what I mean? It's like it's all about exposure, obviously.
Yeah.
And I think today there are some outlets that you just got to take advantage of,
Well,
such as YouTube.
if this is going on YouTube, you have a YouTube channel then. What's
Yeah.
the name of your YouTube channel?
Yeah, there you go.
yeah,
Get it
my
out.
YouTube channel is called Caricatura Studio. It's just basically the Spanish version of cartoon, is caricatura, and then studio, starting with an S, no ES. So yeah, it's on YouTube. I mean,
It's Caricatura Studio.
you can find me. I mean, if you put like Chola Girl animation,
Yeah.
you'll find me. Or if you do like the recent one is Cinebar, San Jose. I'll be the first one that pops up. So I do have a couple of cartoons on YouTube. I have my own YouTube channel. I mean, I wish I had a lot more followers, but I know that.
Just be patient, dude.
I know it's fine. Like
Yeah.
life is not gonna give you something that you're not ready for, even
Well-
though you might be asking for it.
And being somebody like myself who nowadays, because I have a lot of time on my hands, not because I don't work, but because of work, I'm a driver, but I have a lot of sit around waiting time.
Mhm.
I watch a lot of YouTube. Like that's my main thing.
Fucking love you too.
So the thing is, going back to you and your Caricatura Studio channel, it's not that people aren't it. It's just there's so much content out
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
It's so hard to be like
Find your
I want
audience.
exactly. So it's not it's not that you're not good at what you do because you're great at what you
Yeah.
do. It's just like they said, it takes time, and there's no doubt in my mind that even with us now with this. It's gonna take time because we can't expect to people just be like, oh yeah, these guys are.
I was surprised that we got one comment and another comment from a friend of ours that were like, "Hey, right on." I was like,
Yeah, well, like
you know this guy?
I did it.
I shown the first episode to a couple of people at work. One of them happened to be a longtime friend that I lost contact, and we found each other at work. Right away, he's every day like, when are you uploading more episodes? I'm like, well, just gotta give it time.
So you've uploaded this on YouTube already?
Yeah,
I
but it's
didn't
on
know
a
The
that.
first
private.
one. The first
He
one.
uploaded the first one.
On a
And
private.
just to share it with you
Okay,
guys.
yeah, okay.
And then I think
That's
you
pretty
guys
cool.
shared it. It was just like a really rough draft and stuff. I think I just put an old picture. Like I found a picture of the four of us.
Yeah,
yeah.
I
And
did see
dude,
that.
this was fucking. This must have been 2000.
Where was this?
2010.
Where was that?
At
At
your
whose-
house off of 10th Street. I think.
That was one of my ex-girlfriend's house.
Was that I was trying to the whole time I'm looking at this stupid ass picture. I'm
Remember
like,
the story?
who the fuck's
Surprised
kitchen
you
is that?
remember that motherfucking.
Remember the story?
I don't.
Remember the Manos de Azteca?
Sí,
That was that
güey.
place right there. Dude,
Dude.
the stove was right behind you.
We got some good fucking stories on
That's
that.
the
fucking
dude.
house,
Because I
dude.
tell you, I stared at that picture while I was listening to this shit.
Remember taking
dude,
that
yeah, I was like, what?
That's
fucking-
why I said right now. I'm surprised you remember the fucking place.
Dude,
at
I was
all.
like, what fucking place was that? Like, I could not recognize the kitchen. I was like, I don't know that fucking place, dude. And then now that you're saying, I was like, oh wow, Yeah, I remember that son of a bitch place.
Hey, I remember this one day and stuff, right? I mean, we had parties there every once in a while, you know. Like, they were fun, and they were all blast, right? And I remember this one time that Lalo was fucking like, we would have you know spontaneous parties. Like, hey, dude, this Saturday, you know, at the time. You
I don't even think it was a party that day.
Yeah, I mean, we were just. I was like, yeah, dude.
I think we were gonna play poker.
Yeah. I was like, I ain't got shit to do. I'm down and this and that. And there was one day where you actually took time ahead to be like, hey, I'm having a party this Saturday. I think it was for your girlfriend at the time. I think it was her birthday or some shit. You're like, hey, I'm like, wow, that's kind of a heads up. All right, cool, we'll be there and stuff, right? So I think at some point I caught wind that this was like, dude, my girlfriend's family showed up, so party's canceled. And then I was like, all right.
Was
cool.
that you and me?
No. That's the thing and stuff, right? I text Salo. I go, hey, did you hear that the party got canceled? And this fool's all, yeah. I fucking pulled up to the fucking house. Nobody fucking told me. He's on the worst part of it. I was higher than a motherfucker. He's like, I pull up. There's no one in that fucking house. Dude, it's quiet as fuck.
I'm with my compadre Jose, right? Because there was the one time that I invited this chango with me. And we go, right? I was like, dude, there's this house party. And I was like, it's all my boys. I was like, you down? He's like, yeah, I'm down. We get to the fucking house, right? It's empty, but the lights are on inside. And I'm like, nah, they're probably in the back. Right? And so we walk up, dude, I kid you not.
Still hooping his head.
Seriously, I kid you not. We walk up to your front door, we knock, nobody answers, right? And I'm like, what the fuck? I start looking through the windows like a creeper, dude.
Did you look through the window?
No, I looked through the window like a creeper, dude, just like, there's nobody in there, dude. I kid you not. In those days, I was so fucking high, dude. We ran like some fucking 10-year-olds. Because I was like, if somebody sees us right now, we look like fucking perverts, dude. We fucking ran, dude, to the car, which was like 2 houses down. Where the fuck,
Dude. And usually, to give you a backstory, whenever you would walk to this party, it was super obvious there was a fucking house party. It was like a fucking typical, dude, fucking people hanging out outside, blasting music and stuff. So for this fool to walk up there, still with hope in his head, maybe it's in the back.
Dude, and I'm looking through the window like a fucking perv, and I'm like, and then my boy goes, I don't think they're having a party. And I'm blown out of my mind.
I didn't bring you to think.
Yeah, and I'm blown out of my mind. I look through the window and it's empty. And I'm like, dude, we gotta go. And he's like, do you think anybody saw us? I was like, dude, I don't know. We book it. Dude, it just came.
That text made me laugh out
Don't
loud.
jump in the fence.
Dude, it came instinctively to just book it, dude. Like we did something wrong. We didn't do anything wrong. Dude, like a fucking, like 2 fucking old perverts just, they're not naked. Let's go. Like,
that looks less
fun. And he had free partied. And I told him, I think I texted him back, like, dude, I think her parents are there, so you must have looked like a fucking creep.
Can you imagine? You saw this big ass dark shadow outside, just
fucking monkey outside, just fucking big ass gorilla knocking.
I'm surprised I didn't get shot that day, dude. Tranquilized like a fucking bear, man. Fuck, dude, that's some shit.
We had some fucking funny.
That was some shit that day, dude. That was fucked up.
Was that the house where
we
you
played
take
there?
The apple pipe and like you chug a beer? I remember that.
Oh, the strikeout.
Strikeout.
Yeah, that was the first.
Was that picture?
I think that might have been the night.
How come I don't remember that?
Because you did a strikeout.
I struck out.
Dude, that was
and I don't even play baseball.
That house was the first time I did a strikeout, and I think overall I done about 3 or 4 of those, but that was the first time.
Oh, that's right.
Fucking someone dared me to do it, and I was like, fuck it.
Those are fucking.
Yeah, we know Lalo's pretty good at doing dares. That's why he ended up naked in many house parties.
That was the that house too. Was that day I think, or one of those days? It was your birthday, and we had gotten there, and I think you were surprised or something, and they put out those trick candles on you, and you were already hella faded by the time we got there.
I was hella blowing, and I was about to faint.
Yeah, dude, like we had gotten there, yes. It was still pretty early, and I was like, damn, this was already messed up and stuff. And I remember they put those trick candles, and I almost fucking passed out laughing because you were like fucking determined to fucking blow them out. And they're like. And they would fucking come back on, and this fool would not just fucking. It was one point. He looked like he was gonna pass out. This must be great. For
Mind you, Lalo is all of 100 pounds wet with boots on. So you give him 3 beers, he's fucked up. This motherfucker.
Back then, yes. I was alive.
Yeah, he gained weight. He's 110 pounds now. Good God. That's some shit, dude. That house was the infamous house, man. That's the house where I guess I thought I was being slick looking at some bitch's ass, but...
Oh!
And then I guess she caught me, but I was like, well, damn, she shouldn't be walking at the butt cheeks out. I'm sorry. Fuck you want me to do?
Yeah, I remember.
Nini, no.
No, it was
Nancy's sister, Cookie.
Galleta.
We changed names.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna mention names and stuff.
Well,
that's not her real name. That's her.
Names and
It is. That's a nickname.
I actually don't know her real name. We just never call her Cookie. No.
Her name was Galleta.
Booty shorts hanging out.
Dude, this fool looks at me. She's standing directly behind
Right here.
him. Yeah, like right behind him.
Butt cheek is on my shoulder.
Look at me like he's all sleeves. Like, hey, wait. La coquita bien algona, ¿verdad? like Cookie's got a fat ass, huh? And I'm like, like, look at him like,
sideways.
Dude, I see the slow turn just. And I'm just like pointing at him like that.
I should have just smacked
it. Smell it just.
Dude, she farted. I smelled it. Smelled like roses and fucking shit.
Dude, I remember just the next day, like, who was that? He's like, my friend. He said I had a fat ass. And I didn't say anything, but I was like, well,
you should have told her you gave him pink eye, bitch. Pooting in front of me. Tooting in front of me, bitch. The fuck? No, she did, though. I think that's a compliment. Am I lying? What did I say that was wrong? It's not like I grabbed her ass. I said she had a fat ass.
Today she's like, hashtag me too.
You know what I'm saying?
You said I had a fat ass.
Listen, you wear shit the way she wore it. I'm sorry. I'm drunk. You ain't gonna walk in front of me and not get acknowledged with that fat ass.
You know how many times I fucking drove? Oof, knock on wood now. But I drove out of there. Bro, this is like the heart of downtown.
Yes.
And not the good part either.
Yes.
Dude, there's been a couple times where I was like, I like drive out of there and I'd like pull over the side. Like, I'd like, let's go. And I like pull over and I'd fucking... It would take me like 2 hours to get out just because I'm like paranoid trying to get on the highway but thinking, there's a car!
I don't remember that.
Pull over. There was
drunk.
one time where I actually pulled over and tried to pass out in the backseat because I was just like, I shouldn't be fucking driving right now. And
what was that one time when you were like, mira, güey, esa vieja nalgona, yo, dude, I can't fucking see them, dog. I was so...
Yeah, he's sitting there, I'm like, look, because the clubs were getting out, and I'm like, dude, I wasn't drinking that much that night and stuff, and I was like, dude, let's just cruise through downtown, and this was fucking sitting right next to me. I'm like, dude, check that out. Wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Fuck rubbing his eyes, dude, like, where? I can't see. Like,
I was disappointed. I couldn't see that.
I was like, that's how fucking faded we'd walk out of there, dude. Like, I remember this one time I walked and I was fucking blown out of my mind and stuff, right? That light to get on 10th Street to get on 280. Oh. That shit, and I'm sitting there like, in like an alternate universe because I'm sitting there thinking, I'm high as fuck. But this fucking light hasn't gone and both lights have gone, the other three lights have gone like 3 times. I'm like just sitting there like, what the fuck?
Is it me or is it
like trolling?
I'm
right
fucking like, dude.
I'm being pranked. I'm being pranked by the city.
Seriously, I was like so paranoid. I'm like, is this like a new way to trap people? And it's like somebody's gonna fucking pull up to me and stuff. Because I'm just like, what the fuck, dude? Yeah. Like the other lights have gone 3 times, and I'm like blown out of my fucking mind, dude. Like just driving out of there thinking,
nah.
Dude, there was one time back when you used to live like down in Camden. There was one time that I was
speed trap.
Oh no! The one time I called you guys because I was coming out. I got out of the freeway by Nickel City.
Yeah. I was the first one to go in your house, and I texted everybody like, "There is a
checkpoint."
Yeah,
this dude
just pulls over, walks
out
of his car.
So I'm right there. The good thing.
No, I don't remember this story. That's how stupid, fucked up I was.
So the good thing is that there was some traffic, and I was sort of in the back end of the traffic.
Yeah.
So some cars in front of me, I could see them taking the U-turn, and I know where a fucking patrol car will come out, and then another car. And another fucking patrol car.
And if you stop, automatically, if you pull over, automatically you're suspected. So they're gonna fuck with you first.
No, we'll check that. No, dude, I saw that like I clearly. Dude,
no,
that is but
like parked in someone.
Yeah, dude, clearly I couldn't just bail out because God knows how many cops are hiding on each end because it's kind of it was already night, dark. You can't see if there's a couple of them. Anyway, I'm thinking, dude, you know what? I'm gonna get on someone's driver right here. And I'll honestly go and knock the door. You know, I'm sorry. Can I leave my car here? I was ready to tell him the whole story. You know, like I'm not even drunk right now, but it's just like I don't have a license.
Yeah.
And that light turns green, and I'm like, son of a bitch, dude. I'm gonna pull on someone's driveway. And as soon as I'm coming across, I see a car pulling out of the street. I was like, I got in, dude. Dude, I was so fucking lucky, dude. And from there, I called you guys. Hey, can you guys pick me up? And you're like, dude, we're already drunk. I'm what the fuck?
If this was my apartment, dude. Oh yeah, dude.
Oh, dude. You know how many times I left your apartment stupid drunk? Dude, there was plenty of times I left your apartment. And I got to my destination, wherever the fuck I was going, and just said, I don't even know how I got here. All I remember, a couple times, was.
For the ladies and gentlemen in the audience, this is like Uber wasn't such a big thing.
No, Uber wasn't invented then. Uber wasn't around then. It was all
the
taxi.
Guy who created Uber.
It was taxi. There was taxis.
But dude, I remember.
Yeah, $45 to get you fucking 20 minutes.
Dude, I remember one night, dude. I blinked while leaving your apartment, and then blinked, and I was at my boy's house.
Just what the fuck?
All I remember was blinking your house. Blinking my boy's house, got off, and I looked at the car, nothing on it. I said, I guess I made it.
That like sounds about right.
You made a living movie of just
straight out. Scenes. I don't remember driving. I just remember leaving your apartment.
You had Night Rider driving.
Dude, straight out, sitting in my truck,
said, I got
sitting in the car, putting it in drive, blinking. Ending up at my boy's front, neutral. Parking spot.
Just rolling down the hill.
The whole time was just some stupid luck fucking movie. Just him fucking passed out. Just happened to be right. Mr. Magoo just rolling the fuck down.
I don't know.
Hey, other cars just crashing in the background, tagging you in the back. Just happen to be taking you into the right direction. Just fucking just all the way the fuck down.
For all I know, that's exactly what happened, dude. And never, I said, the only way I knew I was alright.
Waking up the next day, looking at the news, so fucking 30 car pile up all the way. This is stupid people.
Dude, all I remember was getting off, looking at my car. There was no scratches. There was nothing on it. I made it.
That scene in fucking the Wolf of Wall Street.
Oh,
where he's like, oh, thank God I made it home. And he wakes up the next day, his fucking car's like fucking smashed up. Were you driving this car? It's like, shit, dude. That was
he was crawling out of the car.
Yeah, he was crawling out of the car.
That was you going Super Saiyan. You went down.
That was Ultra Instinct.
Ultra Instinct.
I Ultra Instinct the shit out of it. That was
muscle memory. Dude.
Goku ain't got shit, homie.
Your hair turned yellow. He just drove
straight out, dude.
It was glowing from inside the car.
I was just, I don't know.
Till this day, I am proud to say that we fucking partied our asses off. That was my bachelor pad. I had moved there, and it was just the spot, dude. I'm sorry, but for me, it was just I needed that. Like, I went from my parents' house, and I moved out late, you know what I mean? I moved out when I was, like, 26 and stuff, because, we were in a band, and to be honest, I always didn't move out because I thought, oh, what if we have a tour one day, and I'm just not going to be responsible for rent, and, this and that and stuff, right? But then when, Stillborn Portrait ended, and...
which was a sad day.
Yeah. And, and I moved out, and I was like, and I just kind of said... One day I was like, you know what, I'm out of here and stuff, right? I'm way overdue and stuff, right? So I get out and, dude, as soon as fucking I landed in that apartment and got those fucking keys, dude, I don't know how the fuck everything got put together. Like, because I was just telling my girlfriend today, I'm like, dude, because I have a very strict schedule now. Like, I get up, we take the dogs out. When we get home, the first thing, I don't even sit down, fucking strap up the dogs and go for a walk and stuff, right?
Funny thing, he didn't even walk.
And then
he lived at his apartment. Now he's walking.
Yeah, my girl made a statement to herself. I don't remember what it's not like to not have a dog right now and stuff, right? And I'm like, you know what? I sit there and think about what I used to do. Oh my God. Dude, bro, I'm telling you, I'd get out of work Friday afternoon, Friday night, Saturday night, and be faded Sunday night, and sometimes go to work faded.
Dude, what was that summer that we had that it was a whole...
I still hadn't had that apartment yet. I know which summer you're talking.
No, we weren't. Yes, you did.
No.
Yes. Because that was... Dude, you already had your...
There was multiple times and stuff because I remember I was telling my parents stuff, right? But, I mean, I would fucking get there and have people call me and go, look, we were going to do this. But we're thinking, why don't we just go to your place and we'll bring over some fucking.
It was
some
cheaper
drink.
and it was gonna be a party.
Alright, cool. You know, it's like, and without fucking trying to be like, hey, everybody come through. Like, people would fucking
Just
come
became
through.
smart.
And I'm proud to say that I never kicked anybody out.
Yeah.
I've had complete fucking strangers that were like friends of friends. And I said, dude, if you can't fucking leave because I know this spot, you're faded. If you can't fucking leave, I am not kicking you out. You can stay as long as you just fucking just.
Hey,
just
and how
be
many
safe.
times did the cops show up?
0.
Nah.
A very funny story because I
You had great neighbors.
yeah, I had very
amazing.
I had very understanding neighbors and stuff that would fucking like they would comment too, like, hey, you guys had a pretty good party last night.
yeah.
I'm like,
Oh,
I'd be
yeah.
like rubbing my eyes, just
Who the fuck are you?
yeah, it was all right. You know, like,
Dude, it was to the
as
point where
as I'm crushing fucking cans the next day, just thinking, beer money. Dude,
it was to the point. It was to the
This is
point
recycling.
where his neighbors, your neighbors, thought I lived there because I was there so often.
yeah.
They're like, hey,
Those are my roommate.
dude. Yes, they thought I would do plenty of times where they're like, so, you know, I see you here a lot. Like, where do you work? And I said, well, I wherever the fuck I work at the time. And they're like, and they started. I remember one time they started asking me how much I paid rent there, and I was like, well, it's free. I don't
Zero.
pay rent. And they're like, what do you mean? I was like, yeah, I don't pay rent here. And they're like, well, how do you guys pay for rent? And I said, dude, I don't live here, man. They're like, are you serious? You're here very often. I said, well, this guy's like one of my best friends. So yeah, I mean, I'm not like, you know, but there was plenty of times where that place, it was definitely a sanctuary for all of us who didn't have a place to go to at times. And it was just like, you know what, dude? Let's go to Juan's and party it up and have a good time. Even if we weren't gonna party it up and we were just gonna chill, it usually turned into a party.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
Many a times it was just like, hey, let's just have a beer too tonight. Yeah, just
You
Wednesday night. Wednesday night. We're just gonna have a beer, just one. Yeah, we're not gonna get drunk. Dude, I'd be at work. I'll tell you like this. There was plenty of nights where I left, mornings. I left your house, your apartment, 4:30. Went home. I had to be at work at 6 a.m. Went home, showered, went to work. My break was my lunch, and my lunch was my sleeping time. That's how crazy it was. And we did that for like 2 months.
we binged, for a while and
Oh
stuff.
my
and,
God.
I remember, I can't imagine.
I can't do that shit now. Fuck no.
No, yeah, dude.
I die.
Cause, dude, we literally have like marathons, dude. Where I'm telling you, dude, it was just like.
How many times didn't we sit there and be like, we're not getting drunk tonight?
And the worst
We're
part,
not getting drunk tonight.
the worst part is the convenience of everything, because there was literally a liquor store and a
Walking
pizza
distance.
place that were literally a block away, that were so walking distance no matter how fucked up you were.
You could have crawled there.
It got to the fucking point where I had like VIP status. Like the Indian dudes at the fucking, they were like, they would close on like certain nights, like Friday and Saturday. And I'd always tell them like, here, yeah, fucking faded as fuck. You guys should stay open later. Like, I'd spend so much more money in here and stuff, right?
Yeah.
But they would like literally see me coming, and they would be like, we're closed. And I'd be like, and I'd walk up to the door like, they like wave me in like a fucking like a bouncer, dude. Like, we're closed. I'm like, you guys, and they're like, come on, you're good, dude. I'm like, and I'd fucking walk in there, and I swear, if dude, I had it so like VIP there. I think I could have been like, can I start a tab? Like, they probably would have been like, yeah, sure.
They know you're good.
Like,
boys.
you're always fucking here, dude. Like, I would fucking bring fucking people. We'd have so many fucking beer runs and stuff. It was funny because we had I would save all the cans. I would save all the fucking cans and I'd have them in the fucking patio just fucking hanging there and stuff. And every once in a while, like, I'd fill it up and I'd go there in my dad's truck and fucking fill it up. And people that lie with me, they're like, you know, when you're going to these places to recycle your cans, you know, you get like penny saver fucking coupons. They pay $2.20 per pound and stuff. So I'm fucking bringing all this shit in and stuff. And fucking people are like, do you like have a restaurant or some shit, dude? I'm like,
yeah, it's called Juan's Man Cave.
it's my fucking apartment.
It's just my friends right now.
Yeah, dude. And I remember,
It's just me and
dude,
two
bro,
other people.
I'd make some cool little changes and stuff, and either I'd fucking throw it back in and get some more beers, or I'd fucking pay the cable bill. It was fucking awesome,
Dude, so when I had my apartment, which was roughly around the same time,
yeah, dude.
that's how I paid my PG&E. Nothing but cans.
Why not?
Fill out my cans. We'll go to this recycling store by my mom's house. Get my money. Pay PG&E. Dude, that's how I did it for about a year and a half.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
No.
Nothing wrong with that, dude. I did that fucking same thing. Like I said, I either pay the cable bill, I pay the fucking PG&E bill, or I just throw it in to get more fucking beer, whatever and stuff, right? But I'd fucking save that shit, dude. I'm telling you, my fucking neighbor across from me, he'd be like, dude, fucking good one last night. I'm just like fucking crushing cans, like,
dude,
right.
there was plenty of times.
I'm $10 short,
and I'm talking ragers, dude. I'm talking like it's you go outside and there'd be no sound, and the neighbors were close, but we'd fucking bumping ass music, and fucking I'd have like, I mean, I had different roommates and stuff, but we'd have like different songs. We always had music. Loud fucking music, shaking the walls, and fucking, it'd be fucking...
Dude, I could recall a couple of times it was like 6, maybe 7 in the morning. I'd usually be the stupid ass that was usually at the end still going. And I'd go outside to his porch and you know, have a cigarette and still having a drink in my hand. And these people were going to work.
Yeah.
Right? and I always told Juan, I said, dude, like, I got your back. There's no matter what happens here, like, I'm with you, no matter what's gonna happen, whether it's good or bad. So I would always make sure that I see these neighbors and be like, listen, if we're ever too fucking loud, please come and let us know, because we don't want to be a burden on anybody. Dude, the neighbors, the two neighbors, the one across from me, the one that lived the top across from me, dude, these guys would always be like, you know what, bro? I don't. He's like, first of all, you guys are never loud enough to wake up my family, so I don't care. And they're like, and second of all, I'm living vicariously through you, because he's like, I see the amount of people that go through your apartment, the amount of women that went through that apartment. He's like, and I'm like,
you kept them alive,
dude. And both of them would tell me, they're like, I love it. I'm not. He's like, I wouldn't hate on that. He's like, because you guys are doing it.
It was
like, dude, they would tell us. He would tell me. They would tell me, they're like, you guys are doing it right.
Yeah, and I would tell him.
I'm just saying, if we're too loud,
and I would tell him, listen, please don't hesitate to fucking come through and tell us if we're being too loud. I will turn it down. I'm all good and stuff. And they'd be like, I didn't have fun, dude. It was, dude. Mind you, the guy across from us, he was a boxing fan and stuff. And every once in a while, dude, I remember Victor. Victor would fucking be like, dude, can we party at your house?
Yeah, those are sick.
He would come with cash in hand, and fucking pay me for the fight.
Yeah, he did.
And you know, we'd have fucking, everybody has to chip in on beer and stuff, right? And I would always tell this guy, like, dude, you got great credit. Like the apartment was small, but like, I guarantee you a seat. Where do you want to sit? You know what I mean? But you know, we'd use it as an excuse to party. And I would always tell my neighbor, like, across the fucking way, he'd be like, you know, I'm a fan of boxing and stuff. I'm like, dude, and I would tell him, we're gonna have the fight. If you want to come through. You want to have a beer? Go ahead, dude. And he would never take me.
Yeah, he never came.
He never took me up on my offer.
Well, dude, he was a
never addicted.
Remind you, so that people know, he's not like the single guy.
Yeah, he had a family. Dude.
He had a family, you know, and his wife and him, and he was an older guy. But you know, and we always try to be respectful. We were never rude. We were never obnoxious. We were never, like, even when we saw their kids, we weren't like fucking rude about anything.
Cool.
Matter of fact, I remember personally when I was out there smoking, if any of them came by, you know, going upstairs or going to their apartment, if I was smoking a cigarette, I'd put it out, because, you know, they didn't smoke, and I didn't want the kids getting to smoke, because that's, you know, even though we were in your property, I didn't have to, but it was a matter of respect, you know what I mean? And they were, and I remember, and I don't think I ever told you this, but one of them, the guy from upstairs, he told me, he's like, dude, you know what? He's like, I appreciate you putting out your cigarette. I said, yeah, no problem. He's like, but he told me, he's like, straight out, you don't have to, though. And I said, no, I do. Because just because I'm the one that's fucking taking this cancer in, doesn't mean you and your family have to, you feel me? And as soon as he went upstairs, you know, I lit up my cigarette too. But it was about respect, and it was about, honestly, never got the cops called on us.
And that's something that... It doesn't take that much effort for everybody to do that. You know,
absolutely.
Have respect for other people, but continue doing your shit. You know,
even the guy at the end, the older guy. What was his name? The guy that lived.
Phil.
He was like, I honestly, when he moved in there, I was like, damn, this pirate, because he's an old white guy. You know, he looked kind of square bearish.
He did.
And so I always thought, I was like, this is gonna be the problem. No, man, this guy. I remember he'd come home, because he was a bartender, if I remember correctly. He'd come home 2-3 in the morning, and we're out there just boom, boom. He had this walk, right, like it was weird.
He dragged his feet. Yeah. Dude. Like, I don't know what was his, if he had a condition or something. It was like every time we hear it coming, because like.
Yeah. He dragged his feet.
everywhere he went.
And I remember one night I was out there and we were going. I mean, we were going, and everybody's inside, and I'm outside smoking a cigarette. It was probably one of the few times that I was out there by myself, smoking a cigarette and drinking. And he's like, he's coming home from work. He was a bartender,
and he didn't drink.
No, and he was coming home from. It was like 3:30 in the morning. He comes by. I was like, hey, what's up? He's like, man, you guys do it right. And he just walked out right.
Damn.
I was like, the guy that's upstairs across the way.
No, downstairs.
He was like, if you coming out of the apartment, he was like out and then to the right and stuff.
Yeah.
He had Toby. He had a little Cavalier King Charles dog, black and white one. It was fucking like he was hella cool as fuck,
yes,
dude. He looked like the guy that would fucking complain like these fucking kids. But dude, he'd be like, hey, what's up, guys? And I think he was another boxing fan too. I'm like, dude, whenever you want to come over.
I remember we even invited him once, and I think he came in, but he wasn't there for long. He was there for like maybe a whole 10 minutes, because he knew we were all younger crowd, and he was a little bit older. But he just came in just to, because I think you had offered a few times, I had offered a few times, and it was one of those days where he's like, fuck it, I'll just go in, I don't want to be rude. But he left, and from there on, like, he was just like, I remember he would always say, he's like, you guys do it right. He's like, you guys do it right. And that was another guy that I made sure, at least personally, when I would see him, I made sure, because I felt that he would be the problematic one. I always, hey, Phil,
it's good. Like,
if we're loud, please walk over. Like, let us know. And he was like, he's like, hell no, man, I don't hear shit when I'm in my apartment. He's like, once I go to sleep, I go to sleep. And I think that was the thing, dude. We were able to, even though it was loud, we were able to keep it pretty good inside.
We were able to contain it, and I'm telling you, we go outside, and I fucking I'd have like little rules and stuff. Like, if you're gonna smoke cigarettes, go outside into the patio and stuff. But if you're gonna smoke weed, then come inside and smoke it in here. It's all good, dude. Like, it's all good and stuff. We just have, like I said, I never kicked anybody out. Find us fucking spot to sleep, and you're good, dude. We've had fucking I don't know how we fit people, like, and even when we have parties somewhere else, we usually end up, the after party would be at my place. You know what I mean? It was I loved it that way and stuff. It's funny story and stuff, like Sergio, which you guys know and stuff, right? My longtime friend and stuff, my compa and stuff. He was my first roommate, and it was fucking hilarious because those little that neighborhood that from across the way that had a family. When we moved in, it was like a little older Asian lady, and
that's why she moved out.
She it was funny because she was like,
these goddamn
every once in a while she'd be out there having a cigarette and stuff, and I'd be like, I talked to her and stuff, or we talked to her, and she's like, yeah, I've been here for 6 years, and I'm like, dude, I won't be there that long. I ended up staying for 7 and stuff, right? But I remember, so I lived with Sergio my first year there and stuff, right? And then he moved, he
What was your first housewarming gift?
What?
Fucking fat ass hangover.
I came over, dude. The first night. He's like, hey, bro, you gotta come through. He had a smoke shop like where Nickel City was. I get a fucking bong for these fools, and I fucking come out and said,
dude, I told her because it was the weekend that we moved in. We happened to move in during Sergio's birthday.
Yeah,
that was his birthday weekend, and we were moving in. Bro, I had nothing. I had no soap. Yeah. I had no food. I had no barbecue, and my dumbass for some reason said, hey, everybody, come through and stuff, right? Dude, that was pretty embarrassing that night and stuff. No, but we'll probably get back to that.
That's another long story.
But it's another long story. But I remember a funny story when Sergio moved out. Like, he had a fucking, like, he was like, look, bro, I'm reconciling with my wife and I'm moving back. And I'm like, it's all good and stuff, right? He fucking moves in and stuff, and or he moves out and stuff. And I swear, bro, the neighbor that was across, she's sitting there having a cigarette, and every once in a while we used to chat it up and stuff. It's all good. And Sergio had to fucking leave his mark before he left and stuff, right? So, like, he's packing up stuff, and I'm helping him out and stuff, and he's, like, about to close the door, and the lady's like, hey, how you guys doing, and this and that? He's, I'm pretty good. I'm moving out of here, though. And she's like, oh, really? You're moving out? He's like, yeah. He's like, and dude, I swear, the last package was fucking being closed. He's like, yeah. Close the door. He's like, closes the door. He's like, yeah. Fucking caught my roommate fucking my girlfriend. And then, dude, I am fucking, dude, out of nowhere and stuff, right? I have no heads up he's gonna do. It's like, boom, he closed the door and he just looks at me, like, pats me on the shoulder. See you later. And I'm like, and she's looking at me, dude, half cigarette. She's like, oh. well, she fucking puts that shit back. Dude, I just looked at her just slow clap, looking at him just.
And 2 weeks, hey,
I'm gonna miss you, bro.
Hey,
like, that was the best exit right there.
And
dude.
2 weeks later, that lady moved out.
She did move out a little bit.
Fuck this
Hey, dude, you know, so Salo, you gave me a bong, which I still have and stuff.
And
right?
the gas mask.
Yeah, and the gas mask
God
and stuff.
damn.
That just was a foreshadowing of all the tales. If those walls can talk, dude, it's hilarious.
Oh my god.
You know, so Lomas, you know, like he's
that son of a bitch. That's
hopefully
great.
we'll have him on this podcast too. But I when I moved, another fucking story and stuff that had to do with that apartment and stuff. But when I moved there and stuff, right, he got wind of it and stuff, and he was like, "Oh, dude, we got stories with him." In that apartment, but his housewarming gift and stuff, right? He was working at a fancy country club and stuff, right? He's doing his golf thing or whatever and stuff.
Oh,
right?
the
And
golf.
I remember, dude. He goes, "Hey, I heard you got a new apartment," and I was like, "Yeah, dude. I'm gonna come through, dude. We're gonna party. We're gonna do it up and stuff, right?" He's like, "All right, cool." He goes, "Hey, dude, what's your address?" And I'm like, "Oh, you know, I give him the address and stuff, right?" And I'm like, "Why? Well, you gonna come through?" He's like, "Dude, I just need your address or something." And this and that. I'm like, "All right, whatever," and stuff, right? A couple days later, I get this fucking fancy ass envelope, dude. I mean, it's from a country club. It's like fucking It's a really nice
And it's
envelope.
your first piece of
mail.
mail.
It looks, like one of my first fucking pieces of mail that were not like bills or you know coupons or anything and stuff, right? So I fucking
Or warrants.
What the fuck, dude? I'm like, what the fuck, dude? It looked like something very like, oh shit, holy valuable and shit, right? So I fucking open it up all carefully, bro. It's folded into 3, dude. I open it up, it's a Xerox copy of a fucking middle finger. Dude, I opened it in front of
All
Sergio.
excited.
Dude, he was fucking dying, dude. He goes, dude, what is it, dude? Like, cause it looks all fucking pro and shit. Fucking, I open it up and just like, fucking
Big old middle finger. That's
and dude,
son
I
of a
just opened up,
bitch.
son of a bitch, dude. Like, it was fucking just classic, dude.
He
Like,
was,
that was one of the
yeah.
fucking standout things that
Genius.
happened out there.
I
Do
can't
you have
believe
any
it.
memories from there, Chris?
They're all blurred.
Remember that one time? remember that one time the black guy just plowed you that one day?
Still a blur. I blocked it out.
Still a blur.
Me too.
You got blacked.
Yeah, he got blacked out. All right.
Yeah,
Dude, there was a lot of
dude, I remember when you were. I actually the other night when we went home, I was telling Ceci like, I was like, yeah, Lalo used to live right here on 4th Street.
I was 7. That's actually
7th Street.
Dude, we were
right
like,
by
across
the state university. Yeah.
dude, like almost like right across the street from UPD.
Yeah. Yes.
Dude,
Yes,
that-
yes.
So check this out. So I was there for about a year and a half, and same thing. That's one of the reasons why I didn't go to your place a lot, because I was having my own stuff on my own
Absolutely.
place, right? So it's kind of
Absolutely.
like but yeah, it was the same thing. Like Chris was saying and Sal was saying, like people would just show up. Hey, no, we're just gonna chill. We're just gonna watch a movie. We're just gonna watch cartoons, and then it only took one person. Hey, dude, let's just take a hit, and that was it. Like that was the Pandora's box.
That was it.
The whole time I was there, they never ever called the cops, and you guys showed up to a couple of them. And, you know, there was a lot. And
Dude,
there was
if
a small
anything,
part-
the neighbors joined in.
yeah, dude, we will get the broom and hit on the on the ceiling to get like the girls upstairs, and they're like, hey, we got some beer, and then we
Dude,
go down.
we knew SOS.
So
Okay, Morse code. We got beer. We got beer.
Bring the nalga straight
So-
the fuck out, man.
So they would come down, and you guys. It was a
It was
small
amazing.
apartment, so the party was always overflowing with people.
Oh, yeah.
It was like inside the
It
house.
was a tiny fucking apartment.
But
I'm
yet somehow we fit
surprised.
about 50
Big
motherfuckers.
giant-
But
Yeah.
but
Bitch.
the advantage of that place is that you guys had like a driveway
It
that
was
was
a long
like
ass
back
driveway.
area.
really
Yeah.
long
It was
driveway,
like-
so people could spill out and cars would hardly ever come back
Yeah.
there. So you could spill
Well,
out.
especially
and like
at
I said,
2-3 in the
I just remember
morning.
beer pong being a thing, and it was just like
Yeah, we had
pong.
like beer pong tournaments for actual money. The only time like the cops showed up was one night that we were not doing anything. It was a night that we were actually playing a guitar band or Guitar Hero or rock band, whichever one it was. Because my apartment was at the end of the long driveway, so that's why there was a lot of room in 805.
okay.
So the one night that we didn't party was chilling. We were actually playing Rock Band, kind of cool. The people on the first apartment closest to the street, they were having. It was probably one or two of the parties that they had. The whole town was there because they were all college students. They were having a party. And the one moment that they actually turned on the music, the cop showed up and they came to our apartment because they heard us playing Rock Band. Then we're like, dude, we're not even having a party. It's the people, the first people in the apartment. Like, well, we showed up and we hear you guys playing music, which was not even that loud.
Of all the times
out of all the times, the one time that we were cool and chill, they came and knocked at us.
The one time.
I just remember like big giant like Halloween parties. That was like a thing you guys did.
Yeah, we did big Halloween. People did dress up. Man, like I said, my apartment on its own also has so many stories. We had the wall of shame. Whenever somebody would leave a bra, a tank top, bra strap, something, we would just because we couldn't figure out who it belonged to.
Oh no.
And it doesn't necessarily mean that it was one of us, because I had a roommate. It didn't mean that it was one of us. It's somebody else in there.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of people.
Being so close to the campus, did you have a lot of randoms come in?
Yeah, it happened a couple of times.
Yeah.
One time we were playing. I think we were watching the Sharks game. Juan was there for that one. I think they came to my apartment. We were watching the Sharks, or something. The point we were sitting down, we're having beers, whatever, and the guy that was my roommate didn't know all my friends. And I didn't know all his friends, right? So we're watching the game, and then I know where someone knocks the door.
I was just about to tell this fucking story, dude.
So somebody knocks at the door, and Juan was literally the one sitting closest to the door. So he sure opens the door, and he walks in, like he knew everybody. Now, like I just said, I didn't know all my roommates' friends at the time, and I'm sure he didn't know all my friends, right? So he walks in, and we kind of tell him, hey, there's a beers in the fridge, whatever, right? We even tell him because
dude, at that point, is they're not familiar with each other's. It could have been my friend and stuff, right? But there was literally four of us, and we're watching I think a Sharks playoff game or some shit, right? Dude, I walk in there and thinking, and this would invite me over, so I was like, all right, cool. So like, there's four of us who are watching the game and this and that, and this fool just fucking walks up to the fucking thing, just. And I'm sitting there thinking, okay, we're watching the game. Obviously, you invited people over. So who am I to question who the fuck this is and stuff? So I'm like, hey, what's up? He's like, hey, what's up, man? And I'm like,
yeah, he walked in like he knew people. He walked in, and I think I said, hey, there's beer in the fridge. Whatever. He goes out there, he gets it.
A bunch of beers.
He
eating food out of your
he
fridge.
sat there.
No, he sat there. And we're watching the game. Within like 10 minutes, out of nowhere, I think with my roommate, he's like, hey, you know what? I just gotta ask. Do you guys know this guy? And we kind of like, dude, I thought he came with you.
Dude, like, everybody was like, no, I thought it was your boy. And fucking this fool gets up. Like, dude, you remember Martin? Bruh man from the 5th floor, dude, from the 5th floor. He was just like, he just gets up like, ah.
Not just that, he asked, well, can I get a cigarette? Like, do you guys have a cigarette? Like, no, we don't have it. But the thing is, he stood up right next to the TV, right? So I started getting worried, like, this guy's gonna grab something and just fucking run out, dude. Because he got, it
was like very sketch, dude.
Like, he didn't go all jumpy like that, but like now that we know, like, none of us know this guy. I mean, if he had the balls to just come in, like, pretend.
I kind of admire that, honestly. He just walked in. I don't know, you guys. He's like that. What's that fucking guy on couch?
From Half Baked?
Half Baked.
Yeah, actually, yeah, and like him, dude, and like in Martin, bruh man from 5th floor, dude, it just walks in and just like makes himself at home. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, I let him in thinking, oh, it's your boy and stuff, right? He starts, dude, like 5 minutes in there, like his room is like, dude, I just gotta ask, is this your boy? I'm like, dude, I thought it was your boy. And he's kind of like, you guys made me. like he's like, and I think he even like, can I get a beer at least? And like.
Or a beer, a cigarette, or something.
And we're like, nah, dude, you gotta go and stuff. But I'm sitting there, it makes you wonder and stuff like, what the fuck? Like, was he just gonna knock and just go, hey, dude, you guys got a cigarette or something? You know what I mean? Like, there's just like, it was such an awkward moment, dude, because we were just sitting there like, I was wrong to not question, I guess, but it wasn't my house to question. Yeah. Like, I just figured he's one of your guests. I don't know all your friends. I don't know your roommate, and I don't know your roommate's friends and stuff, but
That was the big one. That was when a lot of us saw it. We're kind of what the fuck. But like some of the house parties I had, there were people were telling me, "Hey, dude, some guy, do you know this guy?" I'm like, no, dude, he just came in, grab a couple of beers. I'm like, when they came to the parties. Boy, it was kind of like as soon as they leave, the better, right? I'm not gonna go confront them like, hey, dude, don't be grabbing beer, because God knows where they're coming from, what if they're on something already. So like, just let them get the one beer, the two beers, whatever. But yeah, because I was in downtown.
Yeah.
Close
to the campus.
Yeah, it happened like 2 or 3 times.
Dude,
that I know of.
Super close to the campus and super close to the 7-Eleven, dude.
Dude, 7-Eleven was like literally
behind,
part of my fence.
It was his building almost touched the 7-Eleven, if not the back of the 7-Eleven.
Yeah.
It's like that close, dude.
Yeah, I mean, every time I drive by 7th Street, it's just one of those things like, dude, if I had a chance to go back, I would go. I mean, it was.
Would you have done anything different?
I think I would have taken advantage of being single more than I did at the time. Because like I said, I was telling him, we had the wall of shame, right? Of people that were leaving stuff behind. Not necessarily because me or my roommate did anything with them. It's just somebody else, And I have friends that would tell me, like, when I was on campus, like, hey, dude, is it okay if I could come and, me and my girlfriend? And I was cool with it. Because I was just like, dude, as long as you don't fucking stain anything or whatever.
Wow.
No, because that's my condition.
Yeah.
Airbnb before it was Airbnb.
Yeah.
Honestly, yeah. Because, I tried to put myself in that situation. Like, if I didn't have a place, I would like to call somebody, hey, dude, whoever. Is it cool if I could, especially if I knew it was their place and not sharing with, like, parents and stuff. Hey, dude, is it okay, even if it's in the garage? Yeah, dude, go for it. Okay, cool. So I tried to put myself in that situation because I was like, dude, if I'm not taking advantage of me being single, I'm like, well, let somebody else have fun. As long as they don't fucking. That was my thing. As long as you don't fucking.
Bro, this guy, and I always admire you for this, dude, because, dude, I mean, we wouldn't see each other as often as we do now, which is, it's a shame, kind of, stuff, but, I'm glad we see each other now more often and stuff, but I remember you would have a schedule that you would have to go at like 4 or 5 in the morning, which I think you still do, dude, I remember just me thinking, holy fuck, like this shit is like off the hook right now, like we're fucking just partying and stuff, and this fool's like, yeah, I gotta take my nap before I go to work, and he would just like sit like a machine on his couch, just, I'm gonna get like half an hour.
No, dude.
And like, and he'd be good. I'm gonna take a half an hour nap and go to work. And I'm just like, are you serious right now? He's like,
dude, you don't know.
Yeah, like this is on the regular. It was on the regular.
And I still do it once in a while. Don't get me wrong. I still do it once in a while. It's just.
You're fucking crazy, dude. You're gonna go fucking insane later on. Dude.
I can't.
Dude, there were so many times where like.
In my 20s, yes, I could. In my 30s.
Yeah.
No.
I don't. I try not to do it as much as before, but if I wanted to do it like tonight, I would still do it. But there were so many times that my partner would still, the music is still going on, whatever. Like, hey, Lalo, are you gonna go to work? I'm like, fuck yeah. I'm like, what time? I gotta be there at 5. Like, dude, it's 4:20. What?
Yes, dude. That kind of shit right there. You're just like, what the fuck, dude.
All right. Well, we're already at that 59-minute mark.
This went an hour. Oh shit.
Yeah.
Why don't we do another one?
Yeah, I'm done now.
We kind of went over the topic of partying.
All right. Well, Salo just walked in, so that means we gotta.
Yeah, I don't know why the fuck Salo walked out.
Jalar.
I went to. Well, what the fuck? I'm worried about the fuck I be doing. What the fuck, this motherfucker?
We're gonna end this episode right now, and hopefully we don't have another technical issue. But we're gonna record a second episode. So, all right. Well, see you guys in a bit.